Alright people, we're back. As you guys know, recently Alistair Overeem has been released from Strikeforce. And we all know who that's due to, of course, Zuffa, Dana White, whatever, Petita Brothers, of course. Because Coker would never cut him, of course, you know what I mean? I'm sure in the back of Zuffa's minds they really don't need Alistair Overeem, but I obviously, like the rest of you guys, I'm sure would agree, kind of a dumb idea to cut him, but at the same time, word went around that he had a broken toe and some rib injuries and shit like that. It got a lot worse after the fight happened, but going into the Fabricio Verdum fight, he had those injuries. Coming out of that fight, which the fight didn't really look like Alistair Overeem was advantageous as he has been before. Him going into that fight, had the injuries. Coming out of that fight, injuries a little bit worse. And that being the case, he had to drop out of the tournament. So, which I'm sure that pissed Zuffa off, which would piss everybody off, I'm sure. But, fighter's got to do what he's got to do. He's got to take care of himself. So he wanted to let those injuries heal up. He wanted to get on a later card. Apparently, they didn't like the idea of that. They probably didn't like his performance in his last fight and felt that we don't really even need to keep him, One thing that I thought was kind of funny about what Overeem wanted to do was he wanted to, in a new contract with contract negotiations are going to be with Zuffa, obviously, but he wanted to continue to be able to fight in K1, and we all know there's no damn way they're ever going to let that happen. So I think that is the top reason why they cut him. They don't want to deal with they want team players. They want guys that are willing to fight for just Strikeforce / UFC. Because we all know Strikeforce is eventually it's inevitable. It's going to be shut down. All the good contracts are going to be redone in UFC and that kind of deal. It's going to be the same thing what they did with Pride, same thing they did with WEC. It's inevitable. I mean, that's the whole reason why they bought it. The whole business as usual thing that he said way back, when the buyout first happened. It's just business as usual for now. You know what I mean? It's just the way it's going to happen. They cut Overeem because he didn't want to be a team player. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks for the fight fans, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping what he will do is maybe go to a Bellator or something like that. I don't see Bellator sharing him with K1 either, though. So I'm hoping he can do that, but do I see it happening? Probably not. Him going to Bellator, probably not going to happen because I think he's going to stay overseas, whatever. He's going to stay probably with Dream, and I don't see him. I don't know. I don't see it being exciting for him to be in Dream. What is he going to take on Todd Duffy again? I mean, I'm sure that there's plenty of fighters for him to take on, but is it going to have the same draw and the same excitement of the cards we've seen with Strikeforce and UFC and maybe so, but I don't think he's going to be as big a draw as he could be if he were more in the States. Just my opinion, So, there you have it. Some little news on Alistair Overeem. Hopefully he can get a cool deal soon, and of course he's going to get a good deal, but being in terms of good for the fight fans, it's all different everywhere, everywhere else, you know what I mean? I'm only seeing it from the standpoint of the American news and stuff like that, So, anyway, Legal Global Radio on Facebook. Head over there, man. Check it out. Click the sub button wherever it might be. And thanks a lot for the friend invites, all the subs that have been coming in lately. I appreciate it, man. Big time. See you next time. I will have a post-fight for Fedor Henderson card, which is going on tonight. So I'll see you, man. Thanks.